Hello students, welcome back. We'll start the next life process, that is transportation in human being. Students, as you know that transportation is a part of is a life process because in transportation what happens, the substances is transported to each and every part of the body. So for transportation, there is a special system present in our human body, that is circulatory system. The main function of the circulatory system is to transport all the substances, food, oxygen, wastes to each and every part of the body. So we'll read for this transportation, there is a system which is called circulatory system, and this circulatory system has main three components. What are the components? The components are, the first one is heart, second blood, the third one blood vessels. These are the three components of circulatory system. The heart is a pumping organ which pumps the blood to each and every part of the body. The blood is a fluid connective tissue which actually transport food, oxygen, waste, hormone to each and every part of the body. And blood vessels are the pipes through which blood flows. So these are the three main components of circulatory system, and we will discuss one by one. The first of all, we will read about the human heart. So we will read now about human heart. First of all, we will read about structure. The structure, as you can see here, already I have drawn a diagram of human heart before. You can also refer your textbook for the diagram. So human heart is a muscular organ which is four-chambered. The human heart is a muscular organ, muscular four-chambered heart, which is normally present in our chest cavity, and it is present slightly towards left. Means the human heart is present, it is protected by the rib cage, you know, but it is present slightly towards left in our chest cavity. And roughly, if you will find out the size of the heart, it is roughly is equal to your fist. So if my heart size will be like this, this is roughly equal to your fist. Okay. Then as I have told that it is four-chambered heart. The upper two chamber, you can see, these are the different chamber, four-chamber heart, and the upper two chambers are called, upper chambers are called auricles or atrium, and lower chambers are called ventricles. So these are auricles or atrium, and lower chambers are called ventricles. So as both are called auricles, they have also separate name. This is called right auricle, this is called left auricle. Student, you can see that it is present in my left hand side, but still I am telling as this chamber as right auricle or atrium. This one. Why? Because it is the mirror image. It means if I keep the heart, or this is, you think that this is my heart, and if I will place it here, actually, so the upper two chambers, this side will be my right. Okay, so the upper two chambers are there. So in upper two chambers, this chamber will be right auricle or right atrium. This will be left auricle or left atrium. That is why whenever you will make the image, your left side will be the right auricle and right ventricle, and your right side will be left auricle and left ventricle. Okay, so this is right auricle or right atrium, this is left atrium, this is right ventricle, and this is left ventricle. These are the name of these four chambers. Then student, there is in one important structure is present here. You can see this part. This is the wall of the heart. Okay, so there is a dividing wall which is called septum. So there is a septum present in the middle of the heart, which is the dividing wall. The septum means the dividing wall. So the dividing wall which is present in the middle of the heart, it is dividing the heart into two parts, right part and left part. So left side and right side is divided by the septum, and this septum has a very big role, that because of this septum, the oxygenated blood and deoxygenated blood are not mixing with each other. Septum prevents the mixing of oxygenated blood and deoxygenated blood. What is oxygenated blood? The blood which has more amount of oxygen, and deoxygenated blood which has less amount of oxygen and more amount of carbon dioxide. So the oxygenated blood and deoxygenated blood are present in the heart, but it is not mixed with each other because of this septum. And this if it is not mixing with each other, then it helps to heart to pump this blood to the cell or to the different parts of the body. So the septum helps to prevent the mixing of two types of blood, oxygenated and deoxygenated, and due to this, the highly efficient amount of or highly efficient supply of oxygen is given to the body or the cell. So because of this four chamber heart, means normally the septum divides into four chamber into two parts, and because of that highly efficient oxygen is supplied to the different parts of the body or cell, and it is very much necessary to those animals whose energy needs are very high, like birds and mammals. You know, the birds and mammals, they are warm-blooded animal. They have to their body temperature remains constant at all environment. So because they have to maintain the body temperature constant, so they need more energy, and to get more energy, the cell or the tissue has to provide much amount of or sufficient amount of oxygen to them. So that is why the four chamber heart supply the highly efficient amount of oxygen in the form of oxygenated blood to the tissue or cell. That is why this four chamber heart is present in mammals and birds. Apes, class apes and class Mammalia, they have four chamber heart. So this is the role of septum. Okay, so there is another structure, important structure present inside the heart. Heart is the valve. So there are three types of valves present inside the are, what is the role of valves actually? You know, the valve present inside the heart actually prevent the backward flow of blood. The valves always allow the blood to move forward. It will not allow the blood to flow backward. So to prevent the backward flow of blood, valves are present in the heart. Actually, you have read in digestive system, you have read sphincter. You know, one sphincter word is there, and the sphincter has the same role. That is, it will allow the forward movement of food. So exactly same thing. Valves has also the same function. It will allow the forward movement, but it will stop or prevent the backward flow of blood. So there are three types of valves are present inside the heart. The first one is called bicuspid valve. Second, tricuspid valve, and the third one, semilunar valves. Where all the three are present inside the heart, but exact position is like that. The bicuspid valve actually present between right auricle and right ventricle. You know, this is right auricle, this is right ventricle. So this part is the bicuspid valve, which is present between right auricle and right ventricle, and then tricuspid valve is present between just left auricle and left ventricle. So here, so this is the left atrium or left auricle, this is left ventricle. So here actually the blood will pass from right auricle to right ventricle, but it will not go backward. Similarly, the tricuspid valve will allow the blood to move from left auricle to left ventricle, but it will not allow to move backward. And the third types of valve is semilunar valves, which is present at the base of main aorta and pulmonary artery. You know that the blood here, you can see when it will move to right ventricle, it will go like this. So these two parts, you can see these are semilunar valves. Okay, so these valves are semilunar valves, which is present between, as I told, main aorta. This is the, you know that this blood vessel is called main aorta, and this part you can see, this is the pulmonary artery. So at the basis of pulmonary artery and the base of main aorta, there is a valve which is called semilunar valves, because it look like moon. You know that semilunar, lunar means that moon, crescent shaped moon. Because of that shape, it is, the name is given semilunar valves. And the function of these valves is same, that it will allow the blood to move forward and prevent the backward flow of blood. So these are the three types of valves present inside the heart. So this is all about the structure of heart. Next we will read about that how the blood is moving, or how this working of heart. So the next part is working of heart, or we can say the circulation of blood. How the blood circulates. Okay. So here I will do one flow chart. You know that our heart is 4 chamber. Okay. So your left side will be right. So this will be right auricle. We'll make it a bigger one. Okay. Okay. So this will be right auricle. This will be right ventricle. This will be left auricle. This will be left ventricle. This is not a heart, actually it is a schematic diagram. The heart will look like this. These are the different chambers. So what happens now? The blood, how the blood moves inside the heart and how the heart pumps the blood, we will discuss. That is circulation of blood. So you know that we have the different body parts. What happens from the different body parts? The blood first, from the body parts, the blood moves, it is collected, and reach to right auricle here. Okay, this is the part, you know, from upper part of the body, from lower part of the body, and this, actually the name of this vessel is called vena cava. Actually this two is called vena cava. Actually it is called superior vena cava and inferior vena cava. From the lower parts of the body, the blood, it collects. From upper part of the body, it collects. So the blood reaches to right auricle here through the blood vessel which is called vena cava. Two types of vena cava, inferior vena cava and superior vena cava. Okay, then if we'll see the type of blood in the vena cava, it will be deoxygenated blood. It will be deoxygenated blood, because the body parts will, the cells of the body parts, they will use the oxygen. So deoxygenated blood will reach to the right auricle. From right auricle, the blood will move to right ventricle. So here you can see, from right auricle, the blood will move to right ventricle, and there is a valve present which is known as bicuspid valve. Already we have discussed. So from right ventricle now, you see, from right ventricle, the blood will move through this. Okay, and this is known as I told, it is pulmonary artery. So what happens, from right ventricle, the blood moves making like this. Okay, from this right ventricle, the blood moves to lungs. Okay, so actually it is a schematic diagram I am telling. So now what happens? The blood flows through this. You know the two types of there are two lungs, left and right. So they will move to each of the lungs. So inside lungs, you know that in alveolar surface exchange of gases takes place. From blood, carbon dioxide is given to the alveoli, and from air present in the alveoli, the oxygen is diffused into the blood. So what happens in lungs? The exchange of gases takes place. So also we'll write the name of this blood vessel is called pulmonary artery, and here also deoxygenated blood will be there. So inside the lungs, actually what happened? Exchange of gases takes place. Inside the lungs, oxygen is taken from the air into the blood, and from blood carbon dioxide is given into the alveoli of or air. So when the blood is collected from lungs, it will come to left atrium or left auricle. So when the lungs, the blood is reach to the heart, it will reach to left auricle, and the name of this, you know that here you can say from here is left auricle. The blood reaches from the lungs. From these two, lungs is there. From lungs again it will collected, and this name of this blood vessel is called pulmonary veins. From pulmonary, through the pulmonary vein, the blood is collected from the lungs and it will reach to left auricle. And here you can see here as the exchange of gases takes place here. So pulmonary vein will carry oxygenated blood. That's why I have given the red arrow mark. Okay. From left auricle again the blood will move to left ventricle, and this is called tricuspid valve. So through this valve, the blood, oxygenated blood will move from right auricle to left auricle to left ventricle, and then from left ventricle the blood is then sent to each and every part of the body. So the blood vessels through which it is sent is called main aorta, main artery. So this is the, you know that here from right ventricle the blood will move to each and every part of the body. Then inside the body parts, again cells of the body parts will use the oxygen and will give the carbon dioxide. Again that carbon dioxide is collected and it will come to heart. Then it goes to lungs. Exchange of gases takes place. From lungs, oxygenated blood will come to